All right. Shalom, shalom. This was a great meal. Those would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, believers, the Akim as well as the Aqua. Those of you who subscribe to these teachings as well. So yeah, welcome to another installment of As Foretold in the Scriptures, which again is an ongoing series dedicated to Bible prophecy and its direct correlation, if you will, to current events and things that take place here in real time, which, as we often touch on, proves the validity of this book and the power that comes with it, seeing that it dictates the affairs that take place here on the planet Earth. And this is not the case with, each and every individual. From their perspective, they view this book as being an ancient text, right? That's why you hear a lot of people say in the Bible days, not understanding that this book covers all sides of the spectrum. Matter of fact, let's prove that. What's that, Revelation, the first chapter? Let's get that real quick.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 8. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come.
Read that part again, huh?
It says, which is.
Which is concerning the present. Go ahead.
And which was.
And that relates to the past.
And which is to come.
And this is concerning the future. So this book covers all sides of the spectrum. See? So again, the prophecies as they unfold, it pretty much serves as a gauge. Let's go there. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and we're going to begin at the first verse. If anybody got a precept, bring it up.
God, I got some real quick.
Yeah, come on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, and verse 9, it says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Right, read that again.
Yep. Behold, the former things are come to pass.
And that's concerning the flood, for an example, the visitation of Sodom and Gomorrah and the 5 neighboring cities, the different accounts that's recorded, documented throughout the Holy Scriptures, where they was all spoken into existence. Yahweh Shema Shai, he proclaimed it, and eventually it came to pass. See, go ahead.
And new things do I declare.
Right, and new things. What's one of those new things? The Quran, the instituting and mandating of the Quran, which is going to change the psyche of all you people, including like you rap niggas, you entertainers. Nobody's going to be exempt. Go ahead.
It says, before they spring forth, I tell you other.
Mm-hmm. Right, so before these things come to pass, like I mentioned, MOTB or the famine, right? All hell breaking loose. Your luxuries, being taken from you, being taken out of that comfort zone. Pretty much all hell breaking loose, it will be spoken. The Lord said before they spring forward, he would speak of them. And this is where the prophets come in. See? But guess what? It's not going to make sense for the average person. Well, we spoke about that briefly at camp. What's that, Joel, the 2nd chapter?
Oh, yeah, 2:1.
Right? Sound an alarm in my holy mountain. That holy mountain represents the elect. So the only ones who are going to pick up on that signal is those who was given those qualities. Eyes to see and ears to hear. Right, yeah, the instincts, yeah, which makes you alive. Scripture speaks about being quickened. Versus each and every individual outside of this circle. You would be numbered amongst the congregation of the dead. All right, so come on, we got that 2nd. You got something?
I got that 2nd.
Yeah, come on.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Mhm.
And when thou seest part of the signs,
Right, it says measure out the time. That's heavy right there. Each and every person here on the planet Earth, they don't have the ability to measure the time. They don't have a feel for time. Matter of fact, what's that, Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter? Can we get that real quick?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the both slacking. In a wise man's heart discerneth both.
And judgment. So to subscribe to this form of teaching, it gives you the ability to
First Thessalonians
Yeah,
5
that's
and
it.
1. But of the times and
Yeah.
the seasons,
Yeah.
brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Mhm.
At night.
Right. So the time really go hand in hand with prophecy. Prophecy and time is joined at the hip, so to speak. It goes hand in hand with the seasons. And we know that the changing of the seasons represent what? The rise and fall of kingdoms and empires. So now we will be in the season of Esau, which is coming to a close and will make room for the ushering in of a new season, which will come in the form of the kingdom of heaven. But unless you are quickened, you're not going to know what season you're in. Right? Imagine someone who don't know what season they're in. They butt naked. They have some damn shorts. The Know You Gay. They have them Know You Gay shorts. In the dead of the winter. That's going to prove to be a testament to their ignorance. And it's going to be based upon what? Them not knowing what season they in. Or imagine someone in a damn mink coat in the dead of summer. All right, come on.
Con. He answered me, 2 Ezra 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, that's this lifetime. It tells you that in Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, where the scripture speaks about the Lord visiting Esau. Or what's that, Jeremiah 49 and 8? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick before we continue.
It says the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 8. It says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him.
And this is that time. 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 9th verse. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So the time, the season of Esau, which is the end, is the very time when the Lord will begin to visit the planet Earth. And how would this feat be accomplished? Through the prophecies. That's the overwhelming presence of Yahweh Basham Yahushua on the planet Earth. All right, so come on, we can go back.
2 Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yep. Isaiah 46 and 10. I believe it is the Lord declared the end from the beginning. Go ahead.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end,
Yeah, read that again.
for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end.
Right. In this world in particular, everything is temporal. As it is written, the things that are seen are temporal.
Right.
Things which are not seen. You know what? let's pull that up in the blue letter. If somebody can pull that up. Everything in this realm is temporal. There's nothing you can point to where you can put your stock in, right, as relating to a perpetual form of stability.
Right.
You could buy a new car, then eventually it's going to be old.
What is that? What's it, 1 Peter? All the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, 2 Peter 3. Like the other saying, there's nothing that you can see with your eyes that's is going to be perpetual. It's going to be everlasting. All of it is going to be like the scripture said. It's going to melt with fervent heat. It's going to get taken out of the way.
Yeah, really, everything's seasonal here.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the I wouldn't say the entertainment, but the pastime, sports.
Yeah.
You have the NBA season, the baseball season, NFL season. Everything is temporal. You buy a new alternator for your car. It's new when you buy it, but then it becomes old.
Got something for you.
Yeah, come on.
This is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 21. It says, He changeth the times and seasons, and removeth kings, and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge unto them that know understanding.
That's it. You see what a changing of seasons is in the same breath with the removal and setting up of kings. Click on that word change. The book's open in here. You know what? Let's go to that what we call for right, and we're going to read the precept, and then we're going to look up that word temple.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18. He said, we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen.
We read it again.
You say, while we look not at the things which are seen.
And yeah, we don't look at the things which are seen, the here and now. This system, the things that's being presented as a way out, form of relief by the way of Esau.
Yeah.
We don't look to these things. We're not putting our energy towards the things that are seen. You got it?
But at the things which are not seen.
Yeah, which is mostly the kingdom, man. The things to come. So the Lord giving us that foresight. So we ain't nearsighted, we're farsighted. And which these things is not now. It's not even from. It's not afar. It's what I know. Yahweh says even at the doors. You got it not. So how much more to look at the things that's coming up instead of as the elder mentioned on the different seasons, like basketball season is over with now.
Right.
So why you trying to put some on your books to bet? It's already over with.
And that's that corruptible crown. When we went into that,
Yeah.
at the end, you ever notice, right? At the end of the season, the person that win the championship, they give them hats. You notice that, right? Oh man, that's what y'all was speaking about, those corruptible crowns. At the end is an emphasis. Everybody get a hat. That's the corruptible crown. Well, they show you on all levels, like a motherfucker get drafted and they give him the hats. That's all set up in the spirit. But when you read 2nd Ezra's, the 2nd chapter, it goes into the crowning, where the elect of the nation of Israel will be crowned, will be given jurisdiction over even the heavens. And that's why we have to throw a disclaimer out from time to time. This is not for the casual Israelite. Oh, Terrence, we saw you yesterday too, man. You're a sick guy. Rapper. Well, he
R&B singer.
He rapped and bust out singing.
Gospel rapper / R&B.
And really, he's like the jack of all trades. The nigga had a camera, $3,000 camera.
Yes, he did.
And I'm
going freelance photographer.
he had an expensive camera, man. And when he came through, I was praying in the spirit. I was like, man, just let him go away. Because I didn't want to deal with him anymore. Then he went over across the street. And then he went on about his business. Yeah, like what else can we, you know?
Oh, a drunk driver come through and lose control. Yeah. Not his ass. And going back to that crown that the elder was talking about, once that Yahweh shall place that crown on our head, that's a perpetual rulership. Yeah. You know, it's once that crown placed on your head, there's no one can take it off. Because that's going to solidify the laws, statutes, and commandments being written in your inward part. And you must need that celestial body.
Right.
You know? So how the hell the law done away with? When the laws is going to solidify the new covenant. Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, the new covenant.
Yeah.
That's going to be established in the world to come, man. Yeah, because you don't even know you're going to be saved yet. Scripture say we're prisoners of hope.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, we were speaking about how our fathers, they have a lot of niggas jacked up. This Father's Day, right? Right, yeah, this is Father's Day. Yeah, but you know, that Saturday, that's when niggas
oh,
get
yeah,
the grill.
right,
Yeah.
Father, yeah.
But that's proud, man.
Yeah.
This is the time when you should be standing and trembling before Yahweh Shanam, seeing that he's poised to bring forth his judgment. Certainly, you shouldn't be boasting in yourselves being celebrated.
Hey, Yahweh said he asked if we needed our photo took.
Oh, see?
Man,
No, man.
What the fuck?
You went from
Yeah.
going into breakdown to asking us, do we need our photo taken? Let's show you that Jake, and again, this is not for the faint heart. Yeah. That was a 360 turn. That was going from an intense dialogue concerning the breakdowns to now you're a freelance photographer.
Yeah. I knew he was a weirdo. But they come up straight face. I'm talking about straight face, no smiling. But brother, I didn't offend you. You know what I'm saying?
Soft spoken thing.
Yeah, I saw spoken David. Hey, the scripture speaks about
Brother, Sirach, the 19th chapter. Oh, yeah. One who hangeth down his head said, he's a raging demon.
Yes, he is.
Man. You turn your veteran. Man, bro. All right, yeah, come on. Is it more? Oh, the Slacker, let's go back here. Come on.
Yeah, he say, let's go from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Say, while we look not at the things which are seen.
That's dealing with this present life. We don't put our stock into America, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
But at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal.
Yep, and we just went through examples of that. The past time, you have the NBA season, it's temporal. You can love the NBA, but it comes to a close. Right? Go ahead.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
And that's dealing with the kingdom of heaven, man. Now let's look up that word temporal.
Yeah, it's the word temporal, G4340. It says for a season.
See? Which links up to Daniel the 2nd chapter. See that? Go ahead.
Enduring only for a while. Temporary.
Man, this place is only enduring for a while. The bridges, what was it? Collapse? What was that in? Was it Detroit?
Philly.
Or Baltimore?
Look at it.
Then 95.
Yeah, the roads are deteriorating every day. This place is temporal, man. Or like the brother brought out a while back, there's only so many times you can remix Toy Story or I think they ran out of the Super Bowl. They was using Roman numerals now. I believe they switched over now to the regular number, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. So everything is temporary. It's seasonal. Go ahead.
It says a limited period of time.
See, a limited period of time. At age, is it most?
All
All right, come on. If it's small, then, you know what? Let's start with Ryan. We'll come around.
God, this Ecclesiastes 3 in verse 1, it says to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born,
you got that.
And a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. You know, just like the elder brother mentioned earlier, it's going to be a time when all those seasons have to come to an end. And just like this system is going to come to an end because it was birthed, it flourished, it grew, and the Lord is going to get ready to bring it down. We're in the midst of the withering of this place, man. You know?
Oh, you see the roads? The roads are crumbling, right? Some roads are paved smooth, but then the next road, that's rare. That's rare. Then the next road over is crumbling, is decaying. The freeways, the infrastructure of America, or the scripture speaks about the worm. Right? Isaiah 14. And if you look it up, it grades the infrastructure of all these nations. In America, I believe it was a D-. That's the grade that America received. And that's the whore. The whore now, the titties are beginning to turn to teardrops.
That ass turning to flabs.
Yeah, the desirable whore, you know, in her youth. Remember, even John, right? John, scriptures tell you how he kind of desired over her, he said, right? But now she has grown old with age, and she has become less desirable. There's a stench. You go to these big cities. Oh, we just left Orlando, for example. It's a tourist city. You know, you had the lights and whatnot, but then it was a strong stench from the sewers.
Yeah, that's
you remember that smell? That's the whore, man.
Lift up that skirt.
You lift up our skirt.
That stinks.
Yeah, we come to America, you smell the stench, man. From afar, you see the she's dead. You on the plane, and you see the lights. That's the dead with, you know. Yeah, she's dead. But then you descend upon her, and then she smell like death.
My got a nice wig, weave, makeup, you know, looking all look, you know,
right.
Then you get up on her, smell like death.
And the scriptures speak about that. What's that? Isaiah? I want to say that's Isaiah. Is it 10 or 24? But it said, "Well, no man will come in until 10 or something like that." So that no man will come in. So she's an old prostitute now. Nobody desire her. All right, come on. Or scripture said the Lord will suffer not a witch to live. Yeah. Right? So the Lord will be justified. It's recorded, it's documented in the law concerning a witch. And this witch will be burnt with fire. All right, so come on, we can go around. That was it on there, right? You got something to point?
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 12 and 24. But there shall be no more vision, no more any vision. It's like it. There shall be no more any vain vision, no flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, for I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, I will say the word, and will perform it, save the Lord power. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel The vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off. Therefore,
And that's the mindset of 2/3 of our people. You know, when they hear these prophecies, they hear the visions. That's what they say to the prophets, man. Or that's what they say in their mind. That's why the scripture says, we read it yesterday, 2nd Ezra, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. All right, because you have faith that is going to be, or should I say, you're hasting because you have faith. You're hasting that day. But Israel, when we tell them about that day, they say that day is afar off that you speak of. But for a quick example, when we speak of the famine, and they say, hold up, bro, I can go to Burger King, or I can go to anywhere that has a deal, when Wendy's 2 for $4, you know, my victual is cheap, as the scripture says. So you sitting here telling me it's a famine? What do you mean it's a famine coming when I got food and it's plentiful right now?
Yeah, far-fetched.
Far-fetched.
That's what you get that idea.
Con.
It's something far-fetched.
Yep, exactly.
It's not, it's far off.
Which scriptures in 2 Peter says, since the fathers fell
That's
asleep,
it. That's it.
all
Brother.
things.
It stayed the same. Exactly. That's the mindset. True. That's true. But guess what? We woke back up. You know what I'm saying? Start with our head apostles. The spirit, they ramp back up. Got it.
verse 28, therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Right. So it's near. Right? Lord is speeding this thing up. Even, nature itself teaches you that in a sense. Case in point, you have certain scientists who was allotted the position of keeping up with the earth.
Like Einstein.
And the rotation of it. And they came to the conclusion that the earth is spinning faster. Right? That's the Lord not prolonging the word any longer. You look up, you're at the head of the week. And before you blink, you're at the end of the week. That's your how about Shema Havashah making good on his word and speeding it up. All right, come on. It was it on that?
It says, finishing out verse 28, therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power.
If I may slide, I'm scripture talk about in your time. I don't know, you probably read it all, but that's a certain season when that's going to take place. In your times, the Lord's going to speak the words and it's going to come to pass. This is that season right here. This is that time.
Come on, go around.
This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should not deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
A little season that's dealing with Esau, the so-called white man. In his time, his appointed time to have dominion over the planet Earth is but for a little season, and that should be marvelous in your eyes. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be excited when you hear that this man only have but a short time. That means it's less time for you to be racial profiled, pulled over, shot down, discriminated against. See that? But as it were, you don't see it like that. You Jakes, you don't think long range. You think in a box, in a casket. In the congregation of the dead. You can't see past the grave. You can't see past America. But for the elect, the hopeful elect, those who will be potentially numbered amongst that precious help, well, just to hear the report of this man having but a short time, that helps us get through the day. All right, come on. Oh, you got something?
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Just bagging the brother up. Job 20 and verse 4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right, so just bagging up what you just read. This is that triumphing of the wicked, but it's but for a moment. Right. And that's the beauty of it, like the elder was saying. All right, even though the moment may be a little harsh for us, but it's a moment though. That's the thing about it. It's just a moment. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, and the angels, they're on a different time frame. They're on a different frequency, but it really is but a moment. Because like you said, hey, you wake up Monday morning, it might be a hard week, but Friday gonna be just like that. I mean, seriously, we're gonna be right back at camp. Like you always say, we back at camp. Because it's a known scientific fact right now that the earth is spinning faster. What the scriptures say, at least those days be short.
That's the thing. That's the mercy of the Lord.
That's the mercy of the Lord.
It's for the elect's sake.
For the elect's sake.
So if you niggas want to be here forever, want a 5-year plan mean that you need time. We want to get the hell out of here. What's that? Isaiah 51? The captive exile hastening to be. But soon. And that's how it be in your return. We were speaking about that in the spirit. When you go on a trip, right? When you return, it's always quicker.
I'm sure it is.
If you ever been on a road trip,
that's beautiful.
No matter where you go, either it's a neighboring city or somewhere cross country, your return. I'm talking about if you're driving.
Wow.
When you return, it's quicker.
Yes, every time.
That's set up in the spirit.
Every time.
Yeah. So in our return, right? It's quicker. The Lord is speeding this thing up, man. And again, it's for the elect's sake. A nigga need time. Right? He's just like Esau.
Yeah.
What's that? Revelation the 12th chapter, knowing that it was a short time. A nigga need more time for studio equipment,
Yeah. Right.
And rolling up, you know what I mean? Bethune cooking.
Rice.
Oh yeah, we closing in on Juneteenth too, man. You simple niggas out there. And to suffice to quiet the grumbling, you have biting of somebody to come to Howard University. And niggas applaud. I can't wait till you have about smash out the story, you niggas. All right, come on.
Con. Job 7:1. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of a hireling? So just going back, it said appointed time to man upon earth. But you can say it's individuals, but on a bigger scale, it's concerning kingdoms and empires. Just going back to the talks about this season to every purpose under the sun. That plays out through empires and rulerships. That's why Elder Brother mentioned he read it Daniel the second chapter.
Right.
But as you can see, it said it's an appointed time, but it's as an hiring. So this is like a temp job, pretty much. It's temporary.
Right.
And it tells you that he was hired to take peace from the earth. And ultimately that they're gonna kill one another. So that's the season we're in. We at the end of that season. And that was it on that.
Yep. To banish his sword, right from the extreme of creating these missiles, down to the food. Everything is weaponized.
Yeah.
This man weaponized everything, bro. Because he's the weapon. Cain, the dagger, Koyan, weapon.
2 ball canes.
Yep. The traveling sword. You have those missiles that are going to be shot back and forth like the planet Earth. So-called white man was brought on the scene to fulfill a certain role in the drama. Just like these movies we mentioned, our Minister Society, the guy who popped up. Hey, which one of y'all came?
Yeah.
He had, they call it a cameo. What's this other movie with this guy? It ain't De Niro, but the guy who played Scarface, Pacino, right? what's the guy? The nigga killed him at the end. Benny Blanco. Right, he was trying to get on the train. I forget Carlito's Way.
Oh, okay.
Right, so the guy, yeah, that's a good movie, man. So the guy, you know, he shooed him off. He tried to show him reverence, and he shitted on him like, man, get out of my face. And he forgot all about it at the end of the movie. The nigga popped up at the end and killed him, man. He didn't forget about it. But you know, you have a certain character that comes in for a particular role. That was Esau. That was the brother just read. That hireling. So now we're in the scene where you have access to pork and fagos. It was facilitated by, you know, Esau. Hey, come on, you got something?
Ken, I got some.
All right, come on, then we'll get around out here.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. For the scriptures say unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up,
That's it.
that I may show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout.
Right, so Pharaoh was raised up for a purpose.
Right.
But now when you read that precept through spiritual lenses, you will see what that applies to Esau today. Romans the 9th chapter. So just like Pharaoh, Esau was raised up to fulfill the purpose of Yahweh Shemel, and that was to take peace from the planet Earth. You people desensitized, all you know is war. All right, all you know is resistance. The idea of peace, that's foreign.
Right.
Yeah, you have grown accustomed to being under the watch of Esau. Come on.
Ken, that was it.
And that's why a nigga gravitate to a McRib before, you know, he try a smoothie or.
Hey, that's heavy you said, because you be around them Edomites, they'll clown you for eating.
Yeah, healthy, right, yeah.
They clown you for that shit. You go get a smoothie, what's that? What are you, you know, but they sitting there, like you said, they eating a fucking sausage and bacon and
From Bojangles.
from Bojangles, a ham, sausage, and bacon sandwich. But you eat
This place hell, man.
Yeah, with some grape jelly. And a Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? Pepsi.
And them niggas get charged up on it, man.
Mhm.
Niggas,
Yeah, they do.
They give you 8 hours. Nigga give you 8 solid hours.
So
You pay through, man.
That's true.
Pay through.
You slurp the smoothie and you tired of
Yeah.
3 hours. You
They get them
tired.
chemtrails.
That's true. That's true. Damn.
Niggas need a good solid 8 hours, man. Off of sausage on
Oh, that's true though. That's true. Marlboro.
this. And niggas will smoke a square, man. That's not normal. Hey, that's the spirit though, right? Cigarettes, you know, that's a fixture here in America. It comes with the lure of America. But if you pay attention, it's brimstone. It's like a reminder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no other kingdom had that when he was walking around smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And as you know, that, this is the kingdom that was reserved. This is the son of perdition's kingdom. This is the son. This is the son. You got to pay attention to that. You didn't see that in Media Persian Empire. People walking around smoking cigarettes, and it's a reminder, right? It all promotes brimstone and fire. Fireworks. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on.
You want to go back to that cigarettes?
Matter of fact, before we go there, let's get what we got out here. We start with Malachi and we go around.
Isaiah 37:20 say, now therefore, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel, our power, save us from his hands,
Mhm.
that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou, it's like may know that thou art the Lord, even thou only.
Yeah. And save us from who? Esau, man. Because this is the time where all hell is set to break loose. And really, the only ones who will be preserved will be numbered amongst the elect. You know, there's really nothing you can do to conjure up that salvation. It was all predestined. But when you read the story carefully with understanding, what you find out is that hope is infused into that equation. It's like you come across a script, right? And you read the script and you see there's a villain, you see there's a hero, and you see there's a damsel in distress who will receive the favor of the hero and be saved and be promoted. Then now you say, oh, I hope to be cast into that role. Right? See that? So, you know, really we at the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So that was it?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Anything out there?
I got some.
All right, come on.
Yeah, come on. Isaiah 59 verse 8 NLT.
Oh, yeah.
God, it says, they don't know the way. It's like they don't know where to find peace.
Oh, now, we talking about the 2/3, right? Not the spirit. We were speaking on them briefly before we turned the camera on. This new generation, right? The drill music, the lack of respect, you know, just no morals.
Black culture.
Yeah, black culture, man. Black culture.
Yeah, said it right. Black culture.
Nigga digging into a bag of fries with a 40
Yeah,
cal on.
man first.
Hey, really, man, to be honest with you, you shouldn't be out there amongst these people. As we close in on the return of Yahweh, you really shouldn't be amongst, you know, you should really be prayed up if you have to be around these damn demons, man. And mainly the 2/3 who the scripture refer to as scorpions and vipers, they don't know the way. Read that again.
Isaiah 59 and verse 8. They don't know where to find peace or what it means to be just and good. It says they have mapped out crooked roads.
And now, that really goes into these doctrines. Because a way, like when you read that in the original, it said they have made themselves crooked ways. But right here it says mapped out, you know, those, read that part again.
Yep, they have mapped out crooked roads.
Crooked roads. The road, the way, the path, it translates to the same thing. It all revolves around your walk or your destiny. You 2/3 have set off on a path to destruction. But it was mapped out. Go ahead.
It says, and no one who follows them knows a moment's peace.
Right, meaning those who subscribe. That word follow pretty much translates to subscribe. So those who follow those ways, they're not going to ever know peace. You're not going to ever know that there's a world that lies ahead where righteousness will dwell. Your mindset is based upon YOLO. You only live once. Oh, that goes back to that nigga Drake too, right? That nigga give me nightmares, man. The video, y'all saw it? Like, me personally, I'm sitting on myself now. I hope that I can erase that thought. When we were speaking about that, man in black, what they call it? Where they can erase the racial memory. The neuralizer. Now that I think about this nigga Drake, I gotta get this shit, you know. That's a sick dude. You don't want to be in the same room with that nigga.
That'd be like
Man,
I'll say something real quick.
legend you. Hey, go ahead.
There's a lot of witchcraft going on out here.
Yeah.
You know, the scripture said there's no enchantment against Jacob. A lot of you Israelites don't even know what's going on. They don't know what time it is. Going back to the whole idea of time and seasons. It's a time for evil. And, you know, even Yahweh Shah said, I'm going basically leave this place. Or was this? It was my kingdom.
Yeah.
We caught it yesterday. Yeah, my servants will fight.
Yeah.
And the prince of the power of the air, Satan is at hand right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he running the music industry, he running entertainment, he running media, he running social media. Social media, you don't even know how many spells is being run on you every single day, man. Down to the food you eat.
Yep.
So it's all corrupt. It's damn. The scripture says it's high time to wake up out of sleep. But you clutch onto these scriptures, you clutch on this way of life, because you tap back into that world and you're gonna slip.
Oh, that's the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like the phrase, that's spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Stream
Mm-hmm.
is what the Lord said, the waters that I give you.
Mm-hmm.
That's separate from this mainstream way of thinking, where you're going to continue to thirst. It's never going to be full relief, right? You're going to want to get more and more and more and more.
And it's a Jeffrey Epstein waiting right around the corner for you.
Yeah, email you, I saw the picture they had him lined up with Andrew Jackson. Like he kind of come out of that line.
You do.
Island boys and them niggas.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead. Was that it?
That was it.
Okay, we got something else out here? If not, we can go back.
Okay. 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 5. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Yep, the end is manifest. The word manifest translates to make clear or obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So you're at the end of something based upon the signs and tokens, right? Your car, your motor, you're at the end of the road when it comes to your motor. It'll indicate, it'll start knocking. You see, or your brakes, you need new brakes, right? They start squeaking.
Mm-hmm.
They show that the brakes have come to an end. So America, we screeching. We that sound that's indicating that we're at the end of America. Hey man, the wisdom of Yahweh Shem outside, man. All right, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon in the 12th chapter, in the first verse.
Mm-hmm.
Thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. So what you find out is that the Lord's influence is what drives everything that takes place on the planet Earth, from the right hand as well as the left hand. It tells you that in Revelation, the 4th chapter, where the Lord have made all things, and for his pleasure was they created. All right, so come on.
Okay. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
Right, and endings in effects and signs. So different signs, wonders, tokens, effects, again, they indicate the end. Continue.
It says,
Okay, let's get this real quick. Come on.
Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Just going back to what the brother read in 2 Ezra. All right. At the end it shall speak. Right? Meaning what? The vision that was foretold unto you, you're going to know that this vision was talking about this. Why? Because it's going to speak. Such as the sea hip is speaking. All right? Like Apostle Rakar says, jumping off the page. We know that, okay, yeah, the prophet has been among us. Right? Because this is what they was talking about. Now it's making it now it's manifesting itself. All right? That this is what the scriptures was talking about. Me. I'm here now, you know what I mean?
Look up that word speak.
Okay, come.
It said at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So it's a phrase, it shall speak. Strong's H6315. To breathe.
Yep, to breathe.
Damn.
That really goes into come to life.
Woo!
You right.
I would
He
animate it.
Yeah, he animated. He took it right.
Come to life. Yeah. So at the end, everything is going to come on the scene. Right? It says blow to breathe. To cause the exhale, breathe. So the words that was written and recorded, it will come to life. See that?
That's it.
Yep. So that's pretty much it.
That's it.
All right. So come on, we can go back.
2 Ezra 9:7 says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils.
And who said it? The prophets. The perils, the plagues, the misfortunes, calamities, they were spoken into existence. See, that proves that the word is the source behind everything that takes place here on the planet Earth. It says, from the said perils. Go ahead.
And shall see my salvation in my land
Mm-hmm.
and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
See that? So that's where you want to be cast into that lot. Those who were sanctified from the beginning and qualified to see the salvation of our Lord Yahushua. And this is what reduces us to prisoners of hope. See? So how can you be in a new covenant? How can you say with confidence that, you just know you're going to be saved? You can't. Because Yahushua said, he who endure until the end, man. See?
That's something you ain't got no control.
You got no control over that. You vulnerable. You at the mercy of a higher power, man. So that's where we at with it. All right, so is there anything else on that?
Yeah.
That was it? All right, come on. You got something? If not, let's go to that Matthew, the 24th chapter, and the 3rd verse. Hey, that's what this thing is all about, the end times. Right? Eschatology, that's the phrase, if you will, the study of the end times. That complements the testimony of Yahushua. The end have to pique your interest. You have to be drawn to the end time prophecies. You know what proved that? Real quick, besides this, go to 2nd Ezra's, is that the 6th chapter? In the 7th verse? I want to say, while he getting that, come on, let's go back to that Matthew 24 and go to the 3rd verse.
It's St. Matthew 24 and verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be?
See? So you see where the disciples was piqued, their interest was piqued by the end. Tell us, when shall these things be? So that's the spirit you should be in, man. Read that again.
It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
See that? So the disciples inquired. They desired to know things concerning the end of the world. That doesn't change now. In fact, it should be amplified, intensified. It should be climaxed here in his lifetime, seeing that we at the end. Or it tells you that, what's that? Is that 1 Peter, the 1st chapter?
Yeah.
Where the men of the Lord desired. Oh, yeah. Like,
See the grace that came.
yeah, to see the grace that was promised unto us. Yep. All right, come on. So let's get that what you got real quick.
God, 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
See that? Read that again.
Then answered
Call it.
the book of 2 Esdras 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow?
See what Ezra desired to know things concerning the end. All right, so now we're gonna look up this word "end" right here.
All right, the word "end," Strong's G 4930. It says completion.
And that completion, right? That's concerning kingdoms and empires, stemming back as far as the Assyrians to the ancient Babylonians, the Medo-Persian Empire, and so on and so forth. The Roman Empire, Greco-Roman Empire, its current beast system, which governs over the planet Earth. Right? So the disciples was inquiring about the completion of the heathen and nations having time or power or authority to have dominion over the planet Earth. Go ahead.
It says consummation, if I'm not mistaken.
Consummation?
Yeah, consummation.
Yeah, if you want to click on that word.
That's like on the consummation of marriage is sex. Like that last
Exactly.
seal the deal.
That's exactly what it's saying too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says consummation. It says the action of making a marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse. Yep. It says the point at which something
Well,
is.
you know what? That goes into the chambers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to cement the marriage. That's going to cement the covenant too.
Hey, I mean, just like you said, it's the chambers, that's where you end up.
That's
Right.
it.
I mean, I don't know if that's where he's going.
Yeah, that's where you end up.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And then, right, as it relates to the salvation, the chambers is the chariots.
Right.
Isaiah, what, 2026?
Right. Isaiah 20:26, come down into my chambers.
They call it the bed chambers.
Right. And that's heavy too when you think about that whole process. Right. You have the espousing, right, and then that marriage is what's the word?
Consummated.
Yeah, consummated.
Mhm.
Right. With that act of sex, that joining. And it happens in the chambers. And you know, it usually be the woman, the mothers, or the sisters, the women. They prepare the chambers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's that wisdom, right? Yeah, they prepare the bed chambers for the commiserating. That's another word. Commiserate the marriage. We got some over there.
I had a similar word.
Come on, let's go there.
Consummation. It's a finalization and it's crowning.
Oh,
That's it.
spirit, bro.
Second Ezra.
Coronated.
The second chapter. Yeah. Wow.
Temporal crown and corruptible and incorruptible crowns.
1 Corinthians
Mhm.
15.
Yeah, again, that's why you see them niggas, they win a championship, they put on them hats.
Mhm. Even when they graduate, what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Tassel, yeah. Give everybody that hat. That's it, corruptible crowns.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
great.
yeah. But you know, the scriptures ain't gonna say corruptible fit. It's gonna say fitting.
No.
It's a crown, you know.
Yep.
Hey, the Apostle Paul said, henceforth, a crown. Man. Yep, come on. Is there more on that? Yeah,
Hey,
that's bad.
and
you got it.
you see how the corona came right around. You know, that meaning crown, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, if that ain't the symbol we almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole virus called the crown.
Yeah.
Oh, last 2 something years plaguing the earth. All right, cool. We take that.
Yeah, like a reminder. Yeah.
Mhm.
Got some.
Yeah.
So going back to Esau, his time is being filled. You know, this is the book of 2 Ezra 4 and 37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Consummation.
Consummation, completion.
Finalization.
There's scripture that say, yeah, sins that are going up.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
18.
reach.
Mhm.
Like reach.
I reached the climax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reached it, yeah.
Yeah.
You stepped into the Most High.
Mhm.
And that ain't like it ain't literal. It's just that's how much he reached that consummation
Yeah.
of evil.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, scripture say he came to take peace away. He's done enough of that. You know, he filled that cup, and then we drank of our cup too. So we consummated our slavery.
Yeah, we finished out.
Yeah.
You know, it tells you that
Yeah.
Lazarus and the rich man.
Yeah.
Let's say the rich man died
Yeah.
and Lazarus died. That means both of them fulfilled.
Limitation.
Punishment, yeah.
That's what I think, I got it right now.
Okay.
That's what I got. Lamentation 4. Matter of fact, start 21. Lamentation 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Eden, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. So this is the point, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
What that word mean? Accomplished.
That's it. Consummation.
Got to.
Can I say too? That proved the son of perdition, right? It says, then the son of perdition shall be revealed.
Yeah.
You're going to say the word revealed, go to naked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
One of the definitions is naked.
That's it.
So right here, right, you see
Right.
where the records indicate where at the end, Esau will be made naked.
Right.
That's the son of perdition.
Right.
That man is being made naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's all. Now they got something like white privilege. Oh, not white privilege. White supremacy is the top. What Biden said, that's the top thing they're going after.
Yeah, like threat, yeah.
Yeah, threat.
So,
Homeland security.
I mean, it's nothing for Edomites is losing their job. Maybe, you know, but the curse is starting to
Yeah, that's
unravel on that. And that's part of Deuteronomy, when, you know, letting you know that the curses is starting to come on him. You know, Deuteronomy
30 and 7.
Yeah, and you think about like the Illuminati, right? There was a time when you didn't know that was a secret, a cabal
That's it.
that pulled the strings.
That's it.
Now it's common knowledge.
Also,
That's the nigga Y.M. Melly.
Yeah.
Nigga in his bars, he, you know, got a shotty for the Illuminati. You know what? That goes back to the dread of Cain. Remember Cain? Cain said, "Whoever shall find him."
Yeah, that's true. That's slavery.
That proved that, is it right?
Yeah.
That's that son of perdition that didn't want to be revealed.
True.
Yeah, come on.
Lamentation 4 and 22 again, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. It says, he will visit.
Yep. Lazarus died,
Yeah.
and the rich man died. So the Lord said, we reached the end of that captivity. And simultaneously, Esau reached his end. Go ahead.
It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of. He will discover thy sins.
Right.
Yeah.
See that? That's the son of perdition.
Yep.
Who was made naked. That's the worst fear for a criminal.
Yeah.
Like the nigga was walking around putting, dropping shit in your drink.
Yeah.
People drink all night. And he gets found out.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
On the more, right, yeah, more.
Kill God.
I got to talk to you. That's all right.
And real quick, what was the guy, Harrison Ford, if I'm not mistaken, in the movie Fugitive? But that's a prime example of what Esau did. You know, they, went changed their whole identity. You know, he cut all his hair off. You know, became a new person. You know, just in a nutshell, he hid himself, and that's what Esau did. They hid themselves.
Isaiah 47:10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me.
See? Ooh. Yep. Said, none seeth me. That's why King David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. You know, because they was, which until this time right now, to them being made manifest through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai dealing with his prophets to put forth that light. They was in the dark. That's why they called the shadow government of America. You know, they the ones behind. That's that shadowy figure behind. Is exactly behind the curtains. You know, Wizard of Oz.
Shadowy figure.
Yeah, the shadowy figure. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Too, they show you that, right? in the sense of a hunter.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
He hides and he shoots and he kills you from that shroud of secrecy, that camouflage, the lines of blur.
He put the bait out.
Right, he put the bait out. He's in the cut.
That's true. Wait,
right, yeah, he sent forth, right, from the shadows. He
execute.
Assault you.
That's it.
That's Esau.
That's
Esau.
That's Esau.
Esau be on this wall dressed in all.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah,
just camouflage.
Yeah, you right.
That nigga got flies and shit with cameras on.
Do that shit too.
Oh, the brother was talking about that dot on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all hear about that? The little dot on your phone is supposed to be. I don't know if that's solid or not, but it was intriguing.
Yeah.
Every time I see the dot, you know what I mean?
They said the iPhone would take with an infrared picture of you every 10 seconds.
Yeah, take a picture.
That's what I heard.
But you can't see the flash because it's in the window things, infrared or thermal or something like that.
Hey, the Lord combated Esau's mischief by putting us out here in the public eye. Like, what can you, right? What could you bring up on us? What type of charges could you bring up on us? We laying it out. We tell you straight up, our presentation promotes the downfall, collapse, and overall destruction of America and the raising up of the kingdom of heaven. We tell you that straight up.
Hey, we ain't hiding nowhere. We coming out on the street corner.
Right.
And proclaiming what the elder just said. We ain't doing it in secret. Even right now. It's a live stream going across the world. We proclaiming the same thing.
So what can you charge us?
That's true.
Remember Yahweh Shai said, I was with you down there.
Yeah.
I mean, Yahweh Shai said, I was out teaching in public. But you come to me and as if I was, with weapons and as if I was a criminal or whatnot. But I was out there. So that's the same with us. We out here amongst you, man.
Published.
Yeah, this word is being published. What's that? Psalm 98? I believe that's some matter of fact, let's get that since the elder mentioned that. This is a heavy time in biblical prophecy, man, where the secrets will be published. I remember Yahweh Shai said that in Matthew the 10th chapter. But I tell you in the ear, shout from the rooftops. So this secret is so juicy, we can't keep it a secret.
Yahweh Shai used to tell them.
Oh, yeah. Yahweh Shai heal you and say, hey, keep that to yourself. But it was so powerful.
Yeah, you couldn't do it.
Right? You just encountered Yahweh Shai, man. We just encountered Yahweh Shai. You think we can keep this secret? The Lord gave us the secrets concerning the fate of America, this wicked ass. But you think we got to just keep that a secret, man? The Lord said, seal not the sayings of this book.
Quick precept.
Yeah, come on.
This is Psalms 34:1. It says, a psalm of David when he changed his behavior before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth.
That's it, bro. And it's a form of that right here. Of praising Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. right now. Putting forth, telling about his judgments. Concerning Esau mainly. Concerning the wicked. That's and shit. Doing lessons all throughout the week. Going out on the highways and byways and hedges. Like the elder always saying, when we ain't doing something, when we close down, somebody on the other side of the globe opening up.
Yeah.
That's the praises being continued in our mouths.
I was that Isaiah, is that Isaiah 62? But I was set watchmen upon that wall who will not hold their peace day nor night. So like the brother was saying, when we shut down on this side of the planet, in another time zone, the brothers in London or wherever, they right, uploading videos. That's that constant. Scripture speaks about the constancy that goes into that constant flow. Come on up.
Psalm 98 and 2. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, have made known his salvation. His righteousness have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen.
Right, that's that publishing the word. Openly showing forth his salvation. Well,
he have remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel.
House of Israel.
All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our power.
See? All the ends of the earth have seen. That prove that here in the latter. Can we look up that, like that ends? Now, I know that word earth, when you go into it, one of the definitions is territory or country. Right? Ratazah, the Hebrew word there, and it's pointing to a certain land. See, which is America, Babylon the Great. And it figures prominent as touching biblical prophecy because America is the throne for Esau. That's why the scripture speaks about the horse that sitteth upon the scarlet colored beast. The horse being really the trophy. Or like Marsha said, Esau's baby.
Yeah.
And you show off your baby. Everybody want to brag on their baby like you give a fuck. Come on.
That word.
Junior playing football.
Yeah. That's my boy.
That word in.
Somebody nigga pop 20 yards with bam bam. We got a Jackson, Mississippi, bam bam. Jackson.
This is that word in Strong's 8:657. It says ceasing in finality. In the Strong's, it says an end, especially of the earth. It says also the ankle bend the
Is it an ankle?
That's
the heel, right?
Yeah. Bend the extremity of the leg or foot.
Yeah, that's spirit right there, yeah.
It says in
uttermost part. The foot was like a foot of a bear. So the Lord gonna use Russia to cement that in. We in the end. So you think we're gonna waste our time talking about somebody else? I mean, that comes with it. And it's usually an effort to bring more edification to the elect. Whenever we get on these other guys, it's not personal. You're nothing more than a prop to bring more clarity to, the elect. All right, come on.
It says uttermost part.
Right, so you should be concerned with the end. If you're truly in the spirit of prophecy, man. All right, so come on, was that it? Have we got anything else? Not gonna go ahead and make it. You through that limitation?
Yep, cut.
Like, let me say something.
Oh, you got it.
And for the guys, sometimes the Lord sends somebody or adversary or a scoffer, because there's somebody in that circle that gonna convert. You know what I mean? Somebody in that circle is gonna hear the altercation or the back and forth, but they're gonna jump ship.
you would do nothing against the truth. So the truth, yeah. And that's heavy. You mentioned that word scoffer. When you look it up, you go into the Strong's for that word scoffer, it goes back to false teachers. So your scoffing is based upon you subscribing to a certain doctrine. It ignites, you know, a nigga who come up against the Quran with the idea of the Quran being an MOTB is because he was taught, Adam Abbott or somebody taught him that. And it forced him, you know, it compelled him to come up against what we say. Now he's thrust into the category of a scoffer. All right, come on.
St. Matthew 24 and verse 4, it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. It says, for many shall come in my name.
Look over the 3.
Okay, come. St. Matthew 24 and 3 again. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
And what shall be the sign of thy coming? This is what the disciples inquired of, right?
And of the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them.
Okay, that would be more right.
Okay.
Now, look up that word sign, and while he's looking it up, let's pull up these articles. We're going to run through them and we'll close up. Yes, so you got it.
Yep. Word sign, Strong's G4529, it says a sign, mark, token.
Mm-hmm.
It says that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known.
Right, a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. All right, in this case, the person would be Jacob and Esau.
Mm-hmm.
As touching the sign, scriptures say the curses would be for a sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that distinguished Israel from the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American from all the other nations as being the Israelites. And on the flip side, Esau. His many offenses distinguished him from everybody else. We said, oh, no, that got to be the Edomites. You see? That's the power that comes with the signs, wonders, and tokens. It brings clarity. Go ahead.
It says a sign, prodigy, it says an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. It says of signs.
For example, like robot dogs and
right.
Microchips. Go ahead.
It says of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen.
Right. See, so signs and wonders, they go hand in hand with prophecy, man. See? So the things that take place here on the planet Earth is nothing more than a contribution to prophecy. So now with that, let's run through, rapid fire. Let's run through these articles.
You got this from the People's Voice, and it says, the United Nations has ordered banks worldwide to begin issuing mandatory digital IDs to all customers and refuse service to anybody deemed non-compliant or blacklisted by a globalist organization.
You'll read that again, huh?
It says, United Nations has ordered banks worldwide to begin issuing mandatory digital IDs to all customers and refuse service to anybody deemed non-compliant or blacklisted by the globalist organization.
And that's what you're saying, the process of prophecy. It was once, you had the card, your ID was situated in your pocket. Now they giving you that digital ID, man, where it's gonna eventually go into what that thing that seal. Everything has to work with you. How about you?
That's a sign we waiting on. That's another sign, showing you the time we in. All right.
Yep.
And now, what that do? Take away your freedoms too? A sign you losing something. You ain't got ability to spend your money the way you used to be able to. That money, that's the digital currency that comes with locks and rewards, and it threatens your livelihood, because if they want to cut your service off at any time, they can do that.
Yeah, they've already put a cap on the cash of $1,000. You know, but they really boxing you up. It's really how about shop boxing you up. You know.
And then you know what? We get that sign from Revelations 13:16 on that.
See, it was declared, and now we seeing it
Is it?
taking place on the earth. You might shoot a movie, and you gotta have a certain set. You gotta have the director want the chair this way. You want this certain actor here. So everything is being prepared for that karate, that world stage event, man.
You know, the word mandatory was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's going to be get down and lay down talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He calls it all, both small or great, rich or poor. You know, and that cause is mandatory.
That's it.
And if you don't buy yourself, you can't buy yourself. That restricts you. So you seen what happened one time with the corona. Now we're going into a phase where it's going to be the digital livelihood of your money. Stores popping up where you can't use cash anymore.
And can I say too? It's like the word causes it takes you to the word ordain or order. And that goes back to that mandate.
Proof. Reading them times.
Yeah. Hey, you know what that's gonna cause amongst you different groups? Let's say, for an example, Wi-Fi. Right? There's gonna be a heavy spirit of perplexity that's gonna settle within those different camps. Once they start mandating that karate, start thinking about the apostles. Spirit been on us to push the karate. What's that, Ezekiel 33?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, come on. Oh, is that it on that article?
That was pretty much highlight of it.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. Matter of fact, let's read it one more time. Right?
It says, the United Nations has ordered banks worldwide to begin issuing mandatory digital IDs to all customers and refuse service to anybody.
You got some money in the bank, they're gonna refuse service to you. Unless you get that digital ID, man. That aligns perfectly with biblical prophecy. Come on, out.
Yep, it says, and refuse service to anybody deemed non-compliant or blacklisted by the globalist organization.
You know what that sounds like in the Maccabees, where Antiochus Epiphanes, he ordered all the Jews, Israelites out of Jerusalem to wear hats and do certain other things, customs. They talk about the manners.
Yeah, to break away from their, leave off from their customs and laws.
And then it came to a point where those that did it, they got certain benefits.
Accolades.
Yeah. He was allowed to go in certain areas. I mean, that they turned Jerusalem into small Greece. Had the damn the gyms.
Yeah.
Israel was bad. It was bad that during that time. But then you had the outskirts with Judas Maccabees and the brothers and them that didn't follow along. You always had that amongst Israel.
Those who came out from under, they detached. Oh, we was going into the Solomon's Islands.
Yeah.
You look it up, there's the most peaceful place on the planet is Solomon Islands. There's an actual place called Solomon Island, but it's broke away from the mainland. It's like, we have detached from the world and surrounded by those waters. No, just as what the elder was saying, like the Maccabees, they was detached from that. Yeah, cool, you got it.
Yeah, just last quoting 7,000 men have not bent their knee.
Right.
So you're always gonna have a reserve, man. And that's what the elect ends up being at the end of the day. Reserve. A remnant. Which just means it's the same word as remainder.
Right.
A leftover.
Right.
The majority going that way, and then you got that small group. The Lord deals with smaller. That's why you can't, certain camps, it's all about numbers, man. Numbers. You know who you all are. the Lord always dealt with a small remnant. You got Gideon and 300, all the
Right.
examples you need.
Yeah.
And that you read that story, you get edified, man. Not because of the numbers, because of lack of numbers, you get edified. You drop that number down from 30,000, I think. And the way the Lord did it, he just had men shout, and they're shouting with the candles all at once, and the people woke up and they were so confused that they started killing each other. Or they just fled. And the Lord do all type of miracles with a few. So it's never been about numbers.
Prime example is Noah
Mm-hmm.
and his family. Every time the Most High, which was
8.
Yep. Every time the Most High finna make a move, you do it with a small number, small remnant.
And that word seed, it goes into those who are left over.
Yep. Sifting.
Right, the remainder, those who will be remain. When you go to the word seed in the Greek, matter of fact,
Harvest or something like that. Yeah.
I believe it's in. I want to say. I know it's in. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians, but I believe this word seed in Hebrew, the 11th chapter, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. I believe that's the same word as well. Because we was trying to look for it for a minute. It was hidden. Like Esau went back into the blue letter and altered the definition. Man, these devils desperate. Anything to try to stifle, stop the momentum of truth going forward. Yeah. But was that it? Yeah, let's get that.
Word seed, Scrolls G 4690. It says, I'm gonna jump down to the metaphor.
Yep. Which this is metaphorical speaking in a sense. Right? Go ahead.
A seed, i.e., a residue or a few survivors.
See, a few survivors. Right?
Reserved as the germ of the next generation.
Right. So the next generation is going to be spawned through us, the few survivors. Those who survive the destruction. Yep. Was there any more on that?
It says, just as seed is kept from the harvest for sowing.
Yep. So we can run through the rest of these articles. Got some.
This is from MSN, MicrosoftNetwork.com. It's a war-mad Putin ally proclaims Russia will wipe Washington off the face of the earth.
Read that again.
It's a war-mad Putin ally proclaims Russia will wipe Washington off the face of the earth for interfering in Ukraine.
Right. That sounds familiar to what we promote. Russia is going to spearhead that nuclear onslaught in effort to fulfill biblical prophecy. As we teach these things, you see Putin came out. That was a bold statement. He said he'll wipe Washington off the map if they keep interfering with Ukraine. That's the tension. But furthermore, that's the stage being set. It's not as if we're reaching over here. As we speak these things, you can see it unfold. Again, that shows the power that lies with the word. Come on, is it a reading to that? All right, come on, you got something? Got any articles over here?
Come
on.
This planetary parade visible in mid-June. It says a rare planetary alignment is visible approximately an hour before sunrise, the report said, adding that Neptune and Uranus will be challenging planets to spot. The report also noted that June 17th is the best day to observe the five-planet alignment. However, the planets may be visible several days before and after June 17th. So yeah, more signs in the heaven, that the Lord spoke on. Those certain things to look for before it's coming.
Well, that's Luke. Okay. Let's close up right there, Luke. And can we go into the blue letter on that? And June is proven to be like a heavy month. Remember, Nate, it's June. Right? You got Juneteenth, you got Jake, yeah.
IUIC month.
Yeah. Right. When you go into Psalm 23, right, it speaks about the valley of the shadow of death. Now that's a phrase. When you go into that phrase, through the valley, it takes you really, the definition is gay pride. You can look it up. Right, the definition is gay. Then you go to the Strong's, I want to say it's pride. And we know that valley represents a low land, a place of low statues. That's why you got the brat. That's sick shit, man. The brat having a baby, she mad in love with. And the fire is gonna make sense. All right, come on.
Because this is Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon earth the stress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Right, so the scripture said there will be signs in the stars and the moon. So the brother just read the article is touching that alignment of the constellations that would show forth tokens in the heavens. Now, it happened, was it today?
This morning.
This morning, right in the midst of June. And the scripture says it's going to be a precursor, if you will, to the perplexity. You know what? Let's go to that word perplexity. We got anything out here? Let's get that word perplexity. I guess we're in right there.
Word perplexity in the Strong's G 639. It says to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting.
Read it again up.
It says to be without resources.
Oh, come on, man. That's going to be the norm. You people are going to be out of resources. That links up to Revelation, the 18th chapter. That's touching the famine. When you go into the word famine, it translates to scarcity.
It says to be in straits, to be left wanting.
I ain't said to be in scrapes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a time of difficulty. Which is what the last part says?
It says to be left wanting.
He left wanting.
That adds up with the time of Jacob's trouble. And Daniel said the time like none other.
Yep. Niggas gonna be wanting power, just can they charge a phone? But
It says to be embarrassed.
yeah, you people gonna be embarrassed. Especially those amongst you self-proclaimed leaders who came up against the Dominion prophets. You're gonna be embarrassed when it's found that the Quran is gonna be the anchor, if you will. That's gonna be that proverbial fork in the road. That's gonna alter your reality. You're not gonna be able to, you're not gonna come up with a video after that, come up against us. Go ahead.
It says to be in doubt.
Yeah, you people gonna be in doubt. Oh, what's the opposite of doubt? Faith.
Oh,
Right, so we're gonna have something to believe in because the story is gonna align the way it was pitched to us.
And that matters, man.
Yeah, that matters. You know, it's equivalent to somebody giving you directions. We always go into that.
Yeah.
They might say, hey, you're gonna close in on a CVS, you're gonna make a right.
Yeah.
When you see the CVS, you're gonna say, oh, your confidence is gonna be it.
Yeah.
The report was right, yeah.
You gain faith.
Yeah, you gain more and more faith.
You're like, oh, this gonna
Yeah.
be.
But Adam Abbott told you niggas there's gonna be a McDonald's on the level. When you get there, it's not gonna be there. You're gonna start panicking. Hold up, man.
It's gonna be Wendy's out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're gonna be Caribbean. The brothers off long. There's something that's totally different.
You're gonna be a sign that say, welcome to Toronto.
the austere uncle gonna be at the door waiting on
What do you want?
Yeah, just go back to the
Hurry up and order.
Let's go back to the back.
Yes, go to the back.
Nah, no more jerk.
Yeah. Go back.
Boom.
Yeah.
I thought you just served the son. No for you. That's a contrast to McDonald's, you know what I mean? So then that's gonna fuck up your psyche. Hold up, I thought it was a Wendy's or something.
Great doubt. That's where that doubt comes.
Yeah, and that doubt is you people gonna be in the spirit of doubt. Because your leader's gonna lead you to a landmark that wasn't there.
Right. Beautiful.
That's what that's what it felt like with a false prophecy.
Right.
And Israel done went through that all time.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, because there's been false prophets throughout the scriptures. Man. You know, one of them we just read earlier with in Ezekiel, they were saying on the days shall be prolonged. No, it was in Jeremiah. I think it was going back and forth with the false prophets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that you crossed.
they was mocking Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Like he ain't had the real prophecy.
Right.
And then the false prophet was still there, and the people started listening to him. I think Jeremiah got locked up during that time. And when they finally let him out, he had the same prophecy, and that other dude got dealt with. That's what it'd be a terrible judgment for a false prophet. Regardless of how you paint the picture, when you in this truth, you ain't got but one way out.
True.
True. Oh, like the brother went into a while back. It wasn't several arcs. But at the time of Noah, it was one arc out of that, man. So either, you subscribe to the right doctrine or you don't. We're not even here to convince you. Look, we're here to teach, and the elect is going to pique their interest, it's going to resonate with their spirit, and they're going to gravitate to it. Simple as that. Because it makes sense. What's that, Matthew the 13th chapter? That certain merchant who was searching for pearls of great value. Once he found that one pearl, he sold everything and bought into it. He cleaved into that one, right? All right, come on.
Come. It says, not know which way to turn.
Right, perplexity. You're not going to know which way to turn, man. Right?
It says, be at a loss with oneself, be in doubt, not to know how to decide.
Right. Isaiah 33:6, where knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our time. You people are not going to know what to decide. You're not going to have that quality of discernment. What?
Or what to do to be perplexed.
You're going to be perplexed. You're not going to know what to do in that day, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a bad word, perplexity.
Yeah, Esau says or the report says that if there's an EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse, that 90% of people gonna die.
Yeah, that's right. Within, I forget the time, like
a
3
short
days.
time. Yeah.
I mean, like
So that means they got the information that I don't know what the fuck to do without y'all electronics. Like y'all dying. Period. You going down.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk around for a few hours.
Yeah.
Blunted.
Yeah.
And time's just gonna slow up for your ass because you ain't gonna have nobody to call. Your phone won't work no more. It's better have me thinking about that on my way. Like the cars fry you out.
TikTok.
Yeah.
You can't drive out.
No. Everything.
You can't YouTube shit.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You just dead. What you going?
That's going to be the Lord. That's going to be the Lord commanding your undivided attention. Because you people, man, all you niggas is in the phone, man. Oh, wait, what's that, Terminator?
Addictive program.
Is this? And so that was it on the definition? Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. As always, you believers, to the next time, shalom.
Shalom, BTA, Kabah, soon.
All right.
Terrence.
That boy Chase, man.
Oh,